Well, good morning to all of you shooters out there on YouTube. It's Fortune Cookie 45 LC, and as many of you know, I'm reporting from the Hot Lead Zone Express, the Three Circles Patreon train, and we're stopped currently in our destination stop at Loompa, Washington, with the express purpose of spending some time with our good friend shooter Dave ThorsAxe. Now, Dave's got a favorite range of his on the Kitsap Peninsula, and the problem was we had trouble making connections because I went to another range that sounded very similar to the one that he shoots at, and it was the wrong range. Then I went to another range on the Kitsap Peninsula, but it was shut down because of edict from the county. They're putting pressure on that range, probably want to shut it down. Well, the range has some real great facilities, nice parking lot, good benches, and good offhand kind of a table bench for shooting at 25 and 50 yards, and some good short ranges also, and rifle range. So it's a fine range, and really thank Dave for being a great host. But it's also a very safe range that uses a system where each section determines their own target changes. Everyone gets behind the safety line. There are safety flags put in all the guns, and then the red lights are turned on, which means that the range is safe to go ahead and change targets. No handling of guns and bench materials, and that's it. Very good system. Well, let's go ahead and show you our guns and ammo that we used that day to shoot at the range on the Kitsap Peninsula. Now, I'll have you all know that Dave ThorsAxe is a very good shot. He's a bullseye competitor, and I saw some of his targets that he shot with his 45 Shockey pistol. That's his bullseye 45 ACP pistol, and he just shot out the black at 25 yards one-handed, and that's very good shooting for you, Dave. Now, this gun belongs to ThorsAxe, and that's Dave. It's a Bisley, and it's got a bow and trigger on it, and that thing, all you gotta do is breathe on it, and it'll go ahead and drop that hammer just so nice. That's a very good trigger on this Bisley.
It's not a hair trigger either.
No, it's a good trigger.
It's a good trigger. We're squeezing down quite a bit on that with the double powder coat. This will shoot good out of my Ruger because my Ruger has larger cylinder throats. But if we go ahead and let's take the 240 grain here, and I'll show you what I mean. This is sized to 430. Just barely.
That's what you want.
Yep.
Okay.
That's sized a little bit smaller. In fact, you can see a line on that. Those are real tight cylinder throats. That's what you want.
Now, this here is one of Dave's nice firearms. He's got here a 629 Smith & Wesson. It's a real beauty. And look at these loads that he's using. These are 240s, 245 Keith bullets. And look at the very nice quality reloading job there. So that's a craftsman at work there. Very nice reloads.
13.5 grains of AA number 7. And they're not quite as violent as AA number 9. And I find that it gives better accuracy.
He's not getting good results with the 200 grain Lee bullet though. Now, interestingly, this bullet shoots very well out of my lever guns.
Shoots really good out of my Ruger. It's double powder coated with Rooster jacket on it.
I climbed out.
Oh boy,
I'll come back.
you nicked it.
Or you want me to sign one now?
No, you can get it later.
This is at 50 yards. One hand offhand at 50 yards. Now the gun that Trisha's shooting is the Smith & Wesson Model A22, which is a fine target pistol that's been upgraded to the Victory model, but the A22s are still around and quite popular to use at the range. Trisha's shooting the 5.5 inch version. This one happens to be the 7.5 inch model, but she's using for ammo the Bulk Pack Federal 22, which is really a bulk kind of a plinking round. As you know, that some of the rounds are cockeyed and some are underpowered with powder charges, this kind of thing. So we're going to get some bad shots with this Federal Bulk Pack, but it's a great plinking round and good to use at the range.
Bring your dot down a little bit, like make it a little bit under.
All right, Trisha, so yeah, the last group you were shooting, you put about 4 of them here, and then you hit right in here, so you're shooting pretty good.
You have a horizontal drift.
Yeah, I need to move you back 2 clicks right. But your elevation is on, and you're not shooting bad. What it is your front sight's not squarely in the notch. It's kind of going a little bit side to side, and that's what's causing that dispersion. But otherwise, that's not bad. I can't shoot any better than that. I would be shooting just like that.
That's not true.
That's not bad.
Do you want to look?
Go ahead.
Okay.
So now you're zeroed in.
Okay.
And thanks to Dave ThorsAxe, that's ThorsAxe, who was our host. This was the target that Trisha turned in at 25 yards with the Smith & Wesson A22 pistol, 5.5 inch barrel. And you see that she basically peppered the gold and shot a lot of rounds here, and they're all well centered, and it's in an oval pattern with a couple of high ones and a couple of low ones down here. So the misses were basically 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock, which is what you want, and most of the shots are well centered. So she shot pretty well for someone who hasn't shot in 2.5 years. So congratulations to Trisha. So this was shot offhand at 25 yards. Now, of course, for my 50-yard shooting, I'm going to bring along my Thompson Center Contender in 44 Magnum caliber. It's got a 16.25 inch barrel and a stock. So it makes a nice little single action, single shot carbine for 50 yard shooting in 44 Magnum caliber. And for ammo, we're going to use the 44 Special loaded with these fine RCBS Silhouette 240 grain bullets that are powder coated, and we know about the accuracy of this load already, 7.5 grains of universal powder.
Did you already nail that white little cartridge?
Oh no, I only fired my first shot just right now.
Let me see if I can hit it at 50 with my pistol. Close.
Very close. This was shot with the 240 grain Silhouette RCBS bullet, which actually weighs 252 grains, and the powder charge was 7.5 grains of Hodgdon's Universal powder. It's a good accurate load. We could probably tweak that load by changing powders and the power factors and all that kind of thing. It's an accurate bullet. And for our handgun, we're going to use our fine Ruger Blackhawk 357 Magnum 4 5/8 inch barrel. Now, what happens is Dave tells me that the 25-yard pistol range does not allow anything more powerful than 357 Magnum. So that's why I selected this 357 Blackhawk. And for ammo, we're going to shoot the 172 grain heavy Keith semi-wad cutters loaded with 12 grains of 2400 powder. This is a very nice load for the Ruger 357 Magnum, but not a good load for weak 38 specials. These are loaded in 38 special brass, but are marked for 357 only, in big letters inside and out. Off to the range we go with this. So now Ruger 357 Hawk.
It's flashing and they're going.
You see it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just make sure you put that right on it. Push that button in there. There you go. Now, this is your safety, so with your thumb, just reach up with your thumb and go like that. There you go. Ready?
Like for the bottom one?
Yeah. Just
And here's 24 rounds shot with the Ruger Blackhawk 357 Magnum. The load is 12 grains of 2400 powder and a Keith 172 grain semi-wad cutter cast bullet. So there's 24 rounds shot offhand at 25 yards, two-handed. There's actually 4 shots thrown out of 24 shots, so that's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that because I don't shoot 25 yards very often because of the eyesight being a little bit fuzzy with the sights. Now at the end of a very fine range day, Dave presented me with these nice slugs. And they would look like some kind of factory slugs, but as you know, we can't make factory slugs as a rule because our molds don't allow us to really get into factory reproduction type of slugs. So we make do with jerry-rigged stuff. Well, when Dave heard that, he started looking at what was available, so he got some Russian molds that cast these real fine slugs and then made them with Galandi Italian wads. Now these are screwed in place, these are cemented in place, but the idea is that the wads and the slugs go downrange as one unit. They don't separate. So these allow the tail wad action to stabilize these slugs. And he wanted me to take these and go ahead and reload them and give them a try and test them. And looking forward to doing that. So that's for another video, of course. Anyway, so a big thanks to Dave for these very nice slugs. They're actually powder coated and also rooster jacketed. Great trip to the Pacific Northwest and some good shooting at the range at the Kitsap Peninsula with Dave. Take care. Bye for now.